Okay, so in today's session, we are going to discuss practice assignment of week six. How many of you have seen week six lectures? Can you please raise your hands? Okay, this one. Okay, then I'll just give a quick recap on what we have discussed. So there are like some concepts that you need to know, and based on that, you can solve the practice assignment. So I hope my screen is visible. Can anyone confirm?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. So suppose you have a list. Okay. So in this list, to access some of the elements, we have defined some methods. Like to access the first element, we can just do first of. Suppose this list is list L. Okay. So this will give us one. Similarly, to access the last element, we have last. We can say last of L. This will give us 7. Similarly, to get the initial element, meaning just leave the last one and keep the remaining ones. So we have a method called init. Okay, INIT. So this will give us all the elements of the list except the last one. And then we have the rest method, which is again the inverse of this one, init. So what this will give? This will is keep the first one, first element, and give the remaining element. Okay, so these are the few things that you need to keep in mind. Then we discussed one concept, which is sorting. Okay, so you might know what sorting means. So sorting is basically, suppose you are given a list 7, 21, 1, then 71, 14. If you have this kind of list, okay, then you can sort this list either in ascending order or descending order. So if we sort in ascending order, we'll get something like this. Okay. Now, why do we need sorting? There are many objectives where sorting a sorted list will help. Suppose you want to find the smallest element. So if you know that the list is sorted, you can just say the first element is the smallest element. Similarly, if you have to find the median, okay. So if you know that the list is sorted, again, what you can do? You can just go in the middle and check and give the median. So those things you can directly do if you have the sorted list. Okay. Now we discussed there are many algorithms to sort a list, but we will just discuss a simpler one. And in the lectures, you will find the same one. So in this, what we do, suppose you have a list. So let's create a list again. Seven, hmm, let me see. Okay. So this is a list. Now the algorithm says, so we will pick one element at a time and we will store it into a new list. Okay. So we have initialized a new list. Let me write in the next line. So we initialized a new list. Let's say this is L prime and this is L. What we will do? We will iterate over the elements of the list. So first we will pick one. We will check whether one is in this list or not. It is not currently, right? So we will just add 1 to it. Then we will move to the next element, which is 2. Now we will again check whether 2 is in this list or not. It is not currently. So what we will do, we will check the position where we should insert 2. So 1 is smaller than 2. So 2 should come after 1. So what we will do, we will just say that it should be something like this. Now we will do the same thing for 7. We will check this. We will see that 7 is again not in the list. So we will again compare 7. So first we will compare 7 with 1. It will give this. Then we will compare 7 with 2. It will again give this, and both will be valid. So what we will say, that 7 should come after 2. So we will just insert 7 after 2. Now comes the interesting part. We are getting 3, and 3 is smaller than 7. So it will be inserted somewhere else. Now we will again do the comparison. So 1 is less than 3, that is true. 2 is again less than 3, that is true. But 7 is greater than 3. Okay. So from this and this, we can conclude that 3 should be inserted between 2 and 7. Any doubt in this one? Okay. I hope there are no doubts. Now we will do the same thing for 0. For 0, we will again check whether we have 0 in this list or not. And 0 is not there, so we will start the comparison. And in the first step, we will see that 1 is greater than 0. So we will say that 0 should come just before 1. So the final list will be this. Okay. Now we have got the sorted list. Now, if we want to answer questions like which is the smallest element, we can answer that directly by just indexing the list. And there are other questions as well that we can answer based on the sorted list. And the order of those things will be just single. Okay. We don't need to loop over the list. Any doubt until this point, whatever we have discussed till now? Anyone?
No, sir.
You are discussing week 6 or 7?
This is 6 only.
6 p.m.
This is from the concepts itself, theory part. So in theory, these things are discussed. So I am just giving the highlight, and after that we'll move to PA. Okay. Okay. So these are the main concepts, and then we have some examples that when you see the lectures, you can just get the idea of those examples. Those are based on these operations itself. So you can check that. Now we will move to PA. Okay. If you have
Due to
any,
scarcity of time, I'm unable to attend any. So, is it fine? Like if I do,
could you repeat that?
like due to limited time, I'm unable to do the PAs for week 5
Okay.
and week 5 I did, but week 6 I don't think I will.
And if you are not able to do it right now, that is fine. But before the exam, you should try to solve all PAs and GAs because
There
the
would be
questions
questions
will,
from.
the complexity of the questions will be similar to GAs and PAs only. So if you are able to solve those, then you will be good in the exam. Otherwise, you will struggle. Okay. Okay. So this is, I guess, week 6. Yeah. So here, as you can see, we are executing the pseudocode on scores dataset. We have a variable a, and we have to tell at the end of the execution what a will represent. So this is not very hard. Let's see what is happening. So we are initializing two things, a and s. A is an integer, and s we have initialized as an empty list. Okay. Now we are iterating over the data. So we have two conditions. City town should be Madurai. Okay. I'll just write this, and gender should be female. If both are satisfying, we will do this. What is this? Line number 5. Are you guys familiar with that?
Like it will add all the sequence number of the people who are from Madurai, so whether they are male or female, or female from every city.
Okay. So I
It,
asked about this part. So can you tell me first what this is doing? Then we will move to the options.
It is
it will append
appending
the
things.
Adding the sequence, like it's making the list of the sequence.
Yeah. So suppose we have 1 and 5 in the list. Okay. And then suppose this is L. So if we do L is equal to L plus 2, it will basically make
1,
L
5, and 2.
1, 5, and 2. Okay. This is happening.
Sir,
Okay. Yeah.
sir, answer will be C and D.
C and D both.
Yes.
Okay. So this is an MSQ. We might have multiple. Okay. So number of female students plus number of students from Madurai minus number of female students from Madurai. This seems valid. And then
Why not
number.
option A, like number of female students from Madurai?
There are two conditions, and we have or between them, right?
Sir, I think only D.
So both options satisfy, then also it's true, na? All
Number of
female, all
number of
the
female students from Madurai. This is fine, but here we are just checking whether city is Madurai or not. So this will have male gender as well, right? Male students. Correct?
you are checking, like if the city of the student is Madurai
Yeah.
or the gender is female. So in first case, if the city is Madurai, irrespective of the gender, you are adding it to your list. The second
Correct.
case, whether the student is like if the student gender is female, irrespective of city, you are also adding it to your list.
Correct.
So the list will have a female student can have a female student. Also, it can have the female student from Madurai.
Correct.
So why not option?
But for this one, we are not considering the male students, right? Who are from Madurai. A is basically this, and we have to tell what A will store at the end. So at the end, S will contain what? S will be a
Madurai
list.
students, list of students.
Yeah, Madurai students.
And or female.
All the females. And one thing we need to exclude is females from Madurai, because when we say all females, this already includes females from Madurai. True? Okay, so option C is correct. Option A is incorrect. Any doubt in this one?
can you see can you quickly say that what is the length function? The
Then function is
Give an
basically
example. if you can give a illustrate an example.
Of length function.
No, not length function. Like what is happening.
Okay.
It's happening and
Let-
now what? Why not be?
If you do length of this particular list, say this is L. Okay. Length of L, if you will do, it will give 3. Okay. There are 3 elements, so it will give 3.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get back to why first is incorrect. Suppose we have some cards, and card 1, I'll just write C1. In C1, we have a male student, and city is Chennai. Okay. And yeah, these are the 2 things that we can consider. Then we have card 2, female, city is again Chennai. Okay. C3, male 4. This time city is Madurai. Okay.
Hmm.
Then we have C4. Sorry, this we can take M2 maybe. F2, and city is Madurai maybe. Okay. Now, if you check these conditions, so we'll go one card at a time. For this one, this whole thing, will it pass? Will it give true or false?
Will give false.
Why?
Because the gender is also not female, and also the city is not Madurai.
Okay. So this we won't add. What about this one?
It will add because the gender is female, irrespective of the city.
So I'll say we have C2. We are adding C2. What about this one? C3.
It will add because the city is Madurai.
City is Madurai, so we will add. What about this one?
It will add.
We will add because gender is
Female is
also
there.
female, and
Madurai is
city is
also
also Madurai. So we are getting 3 elements, right? So A will
Yes.
return 3. Now, based on this condition, number of female students from Madurai, what you will get,
Acha. Okay.
right?
Number of female. Yes.
You are just getting number of female students. So that is not correct. What about this one?
Number of females. Oh, this is also.
No,
We are also having a male.
mistake.
We are counting this female twice. Correct?
Yes.
So that is again incorrect. What about the third one? It is correct because we have this condition. Along with that, what we are doing, the females that we counted twice, we are subtracting, right? One time. So we'll get the exact thing. What about option D?
It is also correct.
Yes.
This is also correct because we are saying number of all female students and number of male students from Madurai. So C and D are correct, and A and B are incorrect. Any doubt?
E is also left.
Okay, there is E as well. Yeah, there is E as well. What about E?
E is also correct.
Number of female students not from Madurai plus number of students. Yeah, this is also correct. Right? Any doubt in option E? Okay. I hope there are no doubts. We'll move to the next question then. C, D, and E are correct. So we are moving to next question. Okay, this we are again using the scores table. Top math and top
Could
physics.
you explain option D and E?
Option D
That
and E. Previous question.
Yeah.
Okay. Option D is saying number of female students. Okay. So number of female students. Let me go back to that example. Is there a way to bring it back? Hmm, Yeah. Okay, so in option D, we are saying number of female students. Okay. So how many females are there in this particular example? Two, right? This one and this one. Correct? And how many male students are there who are from Madurai?
One.
Just this one. Now, if you see the list, we are getting only those elements. C1 is not there. Correct? You just need to maybe take an example, and based on that, you can solve. I'll just give again same kind of hint for E as well. So, number of female students not from Madurai. So, how many students are not from Madurai? Only this one, female student, right? So, C2 we have. Then, number of students from Madurai. How many students are from Madurai? This one and this one. Correct? Hence, we are getting E as well. Now, any doubt in this one?
Yes, sir. Excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah,
These
go
also.
ahead.
Sir, a list can contain duplicate elements, right?
List can contain duplicate elements, right?
Yeah. So then why is it necessary that the option C is correct, which is deleting the number of female students from Madurai? Nothing as such is mentioned in the pseudocode.
Okay. So in the pseudocode, we are not basically saying that we have to give the duplicate. So as you can see, we are giving this thing, right? A is equal to length of S. Now I just gave an
Yes, sir.
example, a small data set, and we tried to execute this particular thing, right? We just executed this whole code on that data set, and you got this answer, right?
Yes, sir. I
Is
got
this
it now,
correct?
sir. I didn't pay attention to the length.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
So you
you.
have to check that. Yeah. Uh, so shall we move to the next question or any other doubt?
We
We
can move.
can move on, I think.
So this one is again using a scores table, and we have two lists defined: top math and top physics. And these lists are basically containing maths marks and physics marks that are greater than 80. Okay, so we will just iterate through the whole data set, and all the students for which the maths marks is greater than 80, we will append to this. And for physics, if physics marks is greater than 80, we will append to top physics. Okay, each element in both lists is a record. Okay, now the elements are record. What does that mean? So in the scores table, we had some columns, right? All those columns will be part of the list. Serial number will be there, then x dot maths will be there, x dot physics will be there, x dot chemistry will be there, then total marks will be there. All those things will be there in these lists. Okay. The field in the records are the same as the ones in the header of the score. So whatever we had in the header of the scores table, the fields are the same. Okay. So if you have to access the maths marks, you will do x dot math. Okay. Now, what will the some list represent at the end of the execution? So we are doing some process here. Some pseudocode is given, and based on that, we are populating the sum list that we have defined over here. What will that represent? So can you
Sir,
go through? Yeah, go ahead.
it will represent the student which have scored marks more than 80 in all the subjects.
Okay, and how did you conclude that?
Sir, because first we are iterating through top math list and then top physics list.
Correct?
And in the if condition, we can see that x dot sequence equals to y dot sequence, means the serial number is same,
Okay.
and the chemistry marks should also be greater than 80.
Okay.
And then we are adding the name in the sum list.
Yeah, correct. So this will basically give all the students who have scored greater than 80 marks in all three subjects. Is this clear? So option D.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt in this one?
Yeah, I have something like the first option. It's telling about the only chemistry mark.
Yeah.
So, like, if we see the if condition, then this can be true, right?
How?
Because no doubt we have like more two more things which are like physics and more both are more than 80, and I know that D is correct, but A is also seems to correct because
In the data set, okay, suppose again I'll just take a data set. Maths marks is 70, okay. Physics marks is 82. Chemistry marks is suppose 87 for this one. I'll not give more examples. Just take this one, okay. And we are just stating this statement, okay. What you will conclude whether some list will have this or not. This card will be there or not based on this option.
C will be there
In some
and
list,
P.
we will have this particular card or not.
Yes, it we will have. Like I'm just saying like D is correct, no doubt. If we
Okay.
see the A, then it can also be like if we see it like alone, then it can also be correct. If we have a multiple choice question, yes, like we can choose
This
more
won't.
than one option.
There are three subjects, and we are not talking. We are not saying anything about math and physics. You can see that option D is saying about all the three subjects, and in this one we have physics and maths as well, and this one is saying at least one subject. Okay, and in this one we are just saying about chemistry. How can you say that this is correct? You have to consider all three subjects, right? The data set has three subjects, and currently top math and physics maths are basically filtering out the students based on subject, right? Maths and physics, and then we are iterating and getting only those values. So if you just say about chemistry, you are leaving physics and maths behind,
No,
and that
I'm
is
not
incorrect.
just saying about chemistry. Like we will choose D option and then we will also choose A. So that's how
I'm getting your doubt, but in option A, we are not saying anything about maths and physics. We have to consider that as well. Okay.
okay, sir. Thank you.
But in the question is already given, na, the maths and physics marks are greater than 80, so why we need to consider in option?
So these lists are basically having those things, right? You can't directly assume that we are using the same thing for options as well, right? In the options, we are talking about the whole data set, not the filtered data set. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
So for this one, option D is correct and A is incorrect, and B and C as well. Okay. Now question C. We call two sentences similar if both of them have the same number of words and satisfy the following condition. Okay, so two conditions are there, and there is And so both things should be true. The ith word in the first sentence has the same part of his speech as the ith word in the second sentence. Okay. For this, and where L is the total number of words in either sentence. A list and B list are the lists that contain the part of his speech of words in two sentences, A and B, respectively. And then we have is similar. Sorry. Then we have is similar. Is similar is a procedure that accepts two lists as parameters and checks for the similarity of A and B. Okay. So we have to basically write a procedure. It's similar. And this procedure is checking two things. First is this one, whether the two lists that we are passing have the same number of words or not. That is one condition. And the second condition is for every ith word, we have to check for every ith word in the first sentence, we have to check the corresponding ith word in the second sentence has the same part of speech or not. Two conditions. Okay. If both conditions are getting satisfied, then it is then basically both the lists are similar. Otherwise, they are not. Is the question clear? What we are trying to achieve here?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll now get to options. Option A, is it correct or incorrect? First of C list, I just told you, first of any list will give you the first element. Okay. And init of C list is basically initial of the C list. I can add an example here so that you don't forget that. First of list is this, and init is these two elements. Initial. We will skip the last one. Okay. So option A, is it correct or incorrect?
It is incorrect.
Why?
Because in the if statement there we are only accepting the first C list, and the first list, that element is not changing.
Okay. Here we are changing that element. Correct?
Like I think, like instead of if you see the line number 5, instead of init list, if there would be rest bracket C list, then I think it will be correct.
Yes, I also think
Correct.
so.
Yeah, that is the issue. So if we do init, it will give these two. And in the for loop, as you remember, so these, like the for loop goes from left to right. So first we will pick the first element. So we should compare it with the first element of the second list as well, which is not happening because we are using init, right? So this is incorrect. What about the second option?
It is also incorrect.
And why do you think so?
It has that init function.
It has init function. Anything else? This particular procedure is supposed to return true in some cases, right? Currently, it is not. Here, as you can see, it is returning false, and here as well, we are just returning false. There is no case where we are returning true. So this is incorrect. What about option C?
I
For this
got confused between option C and E, so I chose C also.
option C. Okay. What about option C? Is it correct or incorrect?
It is incorrect because it is not going to return true ever.
Again, same thing, right? What about option D?
It is also incorrect because it will never give us true.
Last one, is it correct?
Yes, at last it is giving us true.
So it is checking whether these things are happening or not. If any of these things happen, then it will just return false. Basically, it is comparing each element. So
If
that
option C has written as true in line number 3, then in that case, would it be correct? Or
no,
if it
no,
returns,
it won't be. Suppose we currently have words, right? So suppose these are words only. Okay. So this is first word, second word, and third word. And I'll just write one prime, two prime, and three prime. Okay. So A list is basically this. In the first iteration, we will pick this element, and what will first of C list give? This part, right? We'll
this part.
compare both,
Hmm.
whether they are equal or not. Okay. If they are equal, what we should do? Nothing, right? We have to compare other elements as well. But if they are not equal, which we are checking, if they are not equal, then we should return false, right? Because one of the words
Yes.
is not matching. So we'll just return false, which is happening in most of the options.
Hmm.
Now we need to change C list. How we will change C list? We will just drop the first element because we have compared that element. So we'll just drop the first element and we are left
Rest
with,
of C list we are doing.
yeah. So 2 prime and 3 prime are remaining in C list and we have dropped 1 prime. Now in the next iteration, we will pick 2, correct?
Hmm. Correct.
Now we will compare it with 2 prime. Same
Hmm.
comparison. If it matches, we will do nothing. If it doesn't match, we'll just return false,
So in
right?
option line number 2, it does like check the criteria like if x is not is equal to first of list, then it's returning false.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is performing the task, no? The
It
expected
is
task.
performing. It is performing. I'm not saying it is not doing that. But once we are done with that, once we compare this with this, then this with this, then this with this,
Hmm.
when we have compared both the lists, and at the end we didn't return false. In that case, we should return true, right? If there was no element in both the
Hmm.
lists
Hmm.
which were not equal, right?
Okay.
We didn't find that kind of elements in both the lists, then we should return true, right?
Yes. Okay.
Here, currently, we are not doing that. So after finishing the loop, after completing this for loop, you should return true. And that is what is happening in option E. Is it clear?
Yes.
Any doubt in this one? So
No.
Sir,
option, yeah,
sir, I have not doubt in this question, but I have another doubt regarding to week 6. Can I ask?
okay. Uh, what we can do is first we can go through the practice assignment, this practice assignment, and then we can discuss that. Is that fine?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So option E is correct, and all the other options are incorrect. Okay. Now, are you guys familiar with the trains data set?
No.
Yes.
Let me quickly pull that up, and I'll just show you some examples from there. What does? Oops, give me 1 second.
Sure.
Okay, so we have the data sets here. Okay, so this is our train data set. It has two types of cards. First is a station card. So as you can see, we have in the station card, we have train number, then the arrival time of that train, departure time of that train, and days on which the train visits this particular station. Okay, so station is Agra and train number 12282 arrives at that station at 3:40 and departures at 3:50, and Friday is the only day on which we can see that train on that station. Okay, similarly we have another train, so that is one thing you need to keep in mind. Then we have trains data set, sorry, trains details. So there are two things. Now, as you can see in this, we have the train number is there. Then we have the distance. Source station is Bhubaneswar, from where the train starts. Okay. And finally, it reaches Kolkata. And correspondingly, we have the distance, the arrival time and departure times are there, and days. Okay. So those things are there. And here, as you can see, there is days as well. Okay. So this train runs on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Okay. So those are the 3 days on which this train runs. Okay. Any doubt in the data set?
Yes, sir. One doubt. What
Yeah,
does
go ahead.
day under the column day 2 means?
So suppose this train starts from Bhubaneswar, okay, at this time. What is this time? Is it night or day or evening? What this time mean? This is 8:15, right? PM. Is it correct?
Yes.
Now, from Bhubaneswar, this train starts at 8:15 p.m. and it reaches Kharagpur at 1:10 a.m. Right? Next day. So whenever the train starts, that will be your day one. If it enters the next day, that will be your day two. For some trains, you will get three as well. That means the train started on some day, maybe you can say today itself. So what is the date today? 25th July. Okay. So 25th July, it has started. Then it continued on 26th. And then this is day three. So this is your 27th. Okay. Is it clear?
Yeah.
It is not?
It is cleared.
Okay. So now we'll get back to the questions. For a given train, we have a list days that contains the sequence of the entries or contained in the column day in the trains data set. We just discussed the day column, right? We had one, one, two, this kind of thing. As an example, we have this train and days will contain for this particular train, days will contain this data. Okay, it will be a list and this will be the element. Maduram is a passenger who boards this train at its starting station and gets down at its ending station. He has a peculiar habit of treating himself to exactly one sweet at midnight. Okay, whenever he is on train. Which of the following expressions gives the number of midnight sweets that he consumes during the course of his journey. Is the problem statement clear? What we are trying to achieve here? So we have some data in trains data set. It was day. For each train, we had this. And this contains some sequence, right? Like this. Now we are converting this into a list. Okay. And for some train X, here we have example given, but for some train X, Maduram is on train X and he has the habit of eating exactly one sweet at midnight. Okay. So whenever the time is, he will eat one sweet. Okay. Now we have to come up with the formula which we can use for any such train. Okay. Now what we will do is we can just take one or two examples and based on that we can conclude what the formula
Like I have shared my approach. Can you tell where did I went wrong on that approach on the
Where have
chat?
you shared it?
Chat.
In the chat?
So here is the train number, and suppose in the first day it has one, two, three, four stoppage. In the second
Hmm.
day it reaches its destination, but with two stoppage. So ideally
Okay.
between one and two, the person should be having his street.
Right. Correct.
So in that case, it is one. So like here, how not? This is the answer. Like two, like at the most extreme right, at the most extreme left.
At the most extreme right
Extreme
and left.
right, like
You're
two.
just doing last minus first.
Yes.
Okay. For this case, it might satisfy, but for some other case, it won't. Have you considered all the cases?
I took only one example.
Okay. Let's take a couple more examples. Let's try for this one. What will happen?
Okay. So he would be having treat at the after the first day he would be having the treat, and after the second he would be having. So ideally he would be having two sweets in the journey.
Hmm.
So three minus one is also two.
And you are saying last minus first is incorrect.
No, last minus first is correct. That is what my approach is.
You're talking about this one. This
No,
is
no, I
incorrect.
looked at how not the answer. Maybe like two minus one. Like I took the last of the this list, that is two, and I took the first of this list, that is one. So two minus one.
So that is in this options, right? We have that option. It's the first option.
I think this is not the right answer.
Okay, I'll just quickly check the answer.
Okay, I mean,
A is correct. So your approach was correct, and last minus first is indeed the correct answer.
okay. Thank you.
This is incorrect.
Sir, can we say that that if the stations stop, the train stops at the station, so the days are given. Means if there are three stations on that day only, then we represent it by one. Then the next day, if it is the train completes two stations, so we consider it as a day two. Is it that?
Day two is basically, suppose you started on some day X, okay, some date X, and you continued in X plus one as well. So this is your day one, okay. This is your day two. You might have seen these things in while traveling with trains, right? On first day
Yes.
you started the journey, and maybe on the next day or the day after you uh, left the train. So if you left the train after one day, that will be your D2. If you left after 2 days, that will be your D3. Okay. So option A is correct. Option A is correct. And what about option B? Is it correct or incorrect?
He seems to be incorrect.
Why do you think so?
So going by like my example, like 2 minus 1 plus 1, that doesn't makes up to
Yeah.
any answer.
Yeah. So that is incorrect because for this particular example itself, we can see that Madhuram will just consume one, what was that? Midnight sweets. But based on this example, we will get two. So that is incorrect. What about option C? Is it correct or incorrect?
Like I
Option
thought
C.
about option C because see if you have three elements like 1, 1, 2, so in it would give you like 1 and 1. So that doesn't make sense, and the rest first of it is rest is also give you 1.
Correct.
So you are getting 0 basically.
Hmm. This is also incorrect. Option E.
Maybe
Length of. Why
I
maybe? This is for this particular list. What will be the length?
so
6, right?
suppose the person suppose I'm traveling to, and it has like 4 or 3 days. So suppose a
Okay.
4 day. So 4 minus 1 into 2. Acha, हाँ, ठीक है. Okay.
This example will
I-
satisfy option D. For this one, we can say, sorry, for this one as well, we can't say because he will have to.
Yes, I
This
wrote
is
maybe. Yeah, I was confused.
this is incorrect. This is incorrect. Okay.
Okay.
Because we may have multiple stations on the same day. So length of days will not give the exact number of weeks. So that is incorrect. What about option E?
Option is correct.
Same thing, right? First days
Yes.
will always be one because whenever you start journey, it will always be day one. Correct? So you are just replacing first days with one. So option A and E are correct. What about option F? 10th of days minus one. Option F. Is it correct or incorrect?
Incorrect.
Why?
Because 111, suppose if the train have visited 3 station in a 1 day and 1 station in 2 day, so the total length will become 4. So 4 minus 1, that is 3. So no way he is going to have a 3 sweets. Going to have 3 sweets in the journey.
Okay.
111, take 3 1 and 1 2. 3 times
3,
1
1
and
and 1, 2. Yeah. This one.
so here the length is actually 4. So 4 minus 1, that is 3. So
And we will
actually
have just one
1.
sweet over here between 1 and 2. So this is again incorrect. Any doubt in this one? Okay.
Yes, sir. Please
Yeah.
explain it. You told about some formula that you were going to tell.
Which one?
This train one. This sum. Sorry.
These are the formula that you can use for this particular scenario. You have to come up with a formula.
Okay. I thought. Okay. Okay, sir. Let it be. You continue, please.
Yeah. So for these type of questions, what you can do is you can take some example. Here, the example is already given, but you can take some more examples, and you have to basically consider all the examples, and based on that, compare all the options, and whichever option seems correct, you can pick that option, or you can derive your own formula. Okay.
Sir, just one question.
Yeah.
This list, which has 4 ones and 2 twos, these
Yeah.
ones represent a single day,
Yeah.
while
Day
this
one.
two represents the other day.
Yeah. Other day.
Okay,
Next
sir.
day.
Thank you.
Okay. So question number 5 and 6 are dependent on this particular pseudocode only. So we'll first go through it, what is happening, and then we will move to the questions. So train list is a non-empty list that contains the information about all the trains associated with a station. Okay, so suppose we have a station one, and two trains visit station one, T1 and T2. Okay, so train list that contains okay. Do we have some format for this? Each element in train list is a list of running days for a train. Okay. So for particular station S1, we have these two trains, and suppose T1 runs on maybe Friday and Saturday. Okay. And T2 runs on maybe just Sunday. So what the corresponding element in train list for this particular station will be FSA for this particular uh, thing. And then for the next train, we will have Sunday. Okay. Assume that all the elements of train list are non-empty lists. Consider the following pseudocode. Okay. Now we have to go through this. Is the format clear? This is the format for train list. It will be a nested list, and the internal list will basically contain what uh, days on which the trains visit a particular station. Okay, is it clear?
Sir, can you just explain the days as Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday are in are in the list? So I'm a bit confused.
So what this is saying, suppose you have some station S, okay, and two trains visits S, okay, on some day, any day, these two trains visit S. Now, as you can say, as you can see here, we are saying each element in train list is a list of running days for a train. Okay, so for T1, we can just go through the
The days
train.
are Monday, Wednesday for T1, and for T2 it is Saturday.
Yes, and we are just
Okay,
combining these two. Okay, so that
okay,
is what we have in the train list. Is it clear? This is for just
yes, sir.
one station. We will have
Okay,
other stations as well. So this list will be
okay.
a lot bigger.
So it's just given for reference.
Yeah,
Okay.
for example, so that you know what you are iterating on, right? Okay, so now we are iterating over the train list. What will be what will X represent? Can anyone tell me what is X?
The internal list.
It is something we defined as S1. It is for station, right?
Yes.
For a particular station, we have uh, X. Sorry. Yeah, we have X, and then inside X, we are checking the days. So from X, we will pick Y's. So these are days. Okay. Now, if the day is Monday, we are assigning 1 to Monday. If day is Tuesday, assign 1 to Tuesday, so on. Okay. So this is the whole thing. Is it clear what is happening in this particular pseudocode?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If this is clear, now we have something more. The above pseudocode is executed on the train list for some arbitrary station. Okay, some station is given. So we are not doing for all the station. Some station is given, and for that station only, we are just doing this. After execution, we done the following code. Okay.
Okay.
So some variable we have initialized over here, and then we are doing this, and m is representing the m variable we have defined.
Days of the week, all of those.
Yeah.
Monday,
Yeah,
Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah.
on which we have a train,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So that is your somewhere. Now we can go to the question. What does the variable somewhere store at the end of the execution? So for this one, I want to give an example or hint.
Can
Go
I
through the
see the
options.
sign? Can I see the sign
Sir, is
between
it
the
B?
7 and 1?
Because the number of trains which run through the week, we subtract it from 7 days, so it might be the days when the train are not running.
Yeah. So if suppose S1 has Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, on which some trains visit S1. Okay, so that will be your this thing. So it will give 3. Now we are subtracting it from 7. So that will give 4. What is 4 representing? It is the number of days in a
When
week when there is no train at a station S1. Okay, so option B. Any doubt in this one?
no,
Okay, so option B is correct, and all the other options are incorrect. You can check other options. I'll go to next question. Which of the following is an accurate bound for the variable somewhere? So we have to tell what will be the bound for somewhere, maximum and minimum value.
A.
Option A.
Yes.
Okay. Why do you think option A is correct?
Because either all the days train can run, or none of the days as well, or in between.
Why
That's why.
would you make a station if you don't have any train?
That depends na on that particular week. That might not be their train, but on the
But we
other
are
week.
considering all the weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you don't have to assume that in a month, suppose we have 4
Mm-hmm.
weeks.
Mm-hmm.
On the first week we have some trains, but in second maybe we don't have any. So you don't have to consider that.
then
Okay.
we then we can go for B.
Option A is incorrect because it is considering
sir, is it D? Because
option.
if we consider at least one train, then also we are subtracting from 7. So the variable can be 0 if a train runs on every day. So I assume that it's D.
You are saying that on every day we have a train. So in that case, 7 minus 7 will give 0. And you are saying that
Yes,
option D is correct.
Sir, I think
yes.
option C
I
is
think
correct.
This has less than equal to. D has only less than. Option C is correct. Option D is incorrect because it is not considering the fact that a train might have some trains on each day. We may have one or
Okay,
two
sir.
trains each day. So it is not considering
Okay.
that. So that is why it is incorrect. What about option B? The issue that we discussed in option A and the issue we discussed in option, both are there, right? So that is why option B is incorrect. Option C is correct, and all the other options are incorrect. Any doubt in this one?
Okay. No.
Okay. So option C is correct, and all the other options are incorrect. Now we can move to next question. Again, this is similar to previous one. We have some pseudocode given, and question number 7 and 8 are really based on that. So now this pseudocode is executed on Word's dataset. Assume that the rows in the tables are sorted in the ascending order of sequence number. Okay. Now we have to decode what is happening over here. So start is true, out list we are initializing, then we are iterating over the words. If it's start, then in list is equal to empty list, and then we are saying start is equal to false. If this is not true, then we are saying in list will be this and this thing. If x dot word ends with full stop, then out list will be this and the start will be this. Okay. So can anyone tell what is out list representing? What we will have in the out list? Before that, can you tell me the data structure of out list? What we are using? Data type. So the outer is
Character will be some data type.
do you repeat that?
I think the data type will be list.
Yeah, list. It is list. And what will be the data type for the internal elements?
They will be character. String, sorry,
Like
string.
it will be list.
Sir, are
For
we
that,
inserting the words which end with full stop?
that we have to check. There is some condition, and based on that, so when you say ending with full stop, that means we are ending a sentence. Okay. And we are keeping track of something in a list, which for that you have to
Uh,
decode this part.
Sir, I think
What?
outlist stores a
Sentences.
sentence in a form of list.
So outlist is a list. It has some elements which are also list. We can conclude that from here because in list we have initialized as a list. So we are just adding that. So it will be a list of lists. What will this contain? The internal part.
Words of it would be in list also.
Sir,
Words?
if the
Yeah, go ahead.
sir, if English contains the words and part of speech, then the outlist might consider only the words ending with full stop, and then we are adding it into that outlist. Is it
Hmm.
that?
No, I think it will contain the whole sentence.
It will contain sentence, and that sentence will be not the exact sentence. We are calculating something from each sentence, and we are storing that in list, and that in list we are appending in out list. Okay. So we have some sentence S1, S2, and so on. Okay. And in list for each sentence, we are storing some values. What are those values? The words and the part of a speech. So suppose we have word one, and part of a speech for that one is, I'll just write this. Then we have word two, part of a speech is P2, and so on. So this is your what in list for a single sentence, right? And now this whole thing you are appending into this. So this particular thing, this particular element is of this format. Is it clear?
Sir, I have a doubt in that line 10 because if X word ends with a full stop, then I'm considering only one word that ends with full stop, or is it not that?
When we use this we use to check whether we have ended a sentence or not, right? As per the data set. Whenever we see a word that has a full stop in it, we can say that the sentence has ended. The current sentence has ended. Can we say that?
Okay, do you mean that in the in list we fill up the X word and X part of switch when the word ends with full stop? The list is completed, means that
Yeah,
bracket is completed and it is inserted into out list.
correct.
Okay.
So we have some sentence. Suppose we have a sentence and there are four words in the first sentence. Then we have another sentence and there are three words. Okay. What enlist will do? So first we will start from here. Okay. Start is true. And if start is true, we initialize these two things. Correct? Now over here, what we are doing? We are adding X dot word and part of speech to enlist. Currently enlist is empty list. So for this word, we will add what? Word one and part of speech of word one. Okay. Now we will go to this part. We will see that this is basically the word is not ending with full stop, so we won't do anything. We will again come to this line. Now we will see that if a start. So start we already switched to false over here, so that is incorrect. So we again come to line number 9. So for word 2, line number 9 will give this, right? And so on. So this is for sentence 1. Once we come to this part, this word, last word, we'll see that line number 10 is true now, right? Now, once that is true, we'll evaluate this and this. So outlist will store the four words that we have stored in list. It will be appended, and then we will switch to start. We will switch start to true. So for the next sentence, we again have a start true, and we can again append to enlist and start. Is it clear? What is happening? Any doubt?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, on line number 11, we are appending in list to out list. Then why it is into bracket?
So you have a list, right? Outlist is a list, right? And then you are adding this list to outlist, right? So sorry, to maintain the internal list, you have to keep a list. You are adding two lists over here. Okay. You are adding two lists. So plus plus is basically saying that we have a list over here and we have another list over here. Suppose 2 is there and 3 is there, and we have to combine these two. So this will give you Clear?
But in list is already a list, a format of list.
Correct.
So without bracket, it would be correct. I think we don't need brackets.
For one, uh, let's let's do this. So currently you have this, right? For the first sentence, outlist is currently this, and you calculated some in list value. I'm just using this part. Okay, so that's why three brackets. Then we have W1, P1, and we will then close this part. Then we will have W2, P2, and so on. Okay. Now we will close these three, sorry, two brackets. We already closed the third one in this one. Okay. Now, since we are using this operator, what will happen? This will be the last or the first opening bracket. Okay. So that will be treated as a wrapper. And what you will get inside this particular list after addition will be just then you will have same thing for W2, same thing for W3, same thing for W4, and then you will have this closing bracket, and then you can have the next elements. Okay, the next element will be for your next sentence. Is it clear? Why are we using this? Now, if you don't use this, then you will lose one bracket. Okay, so what will happen? If you lose this bracket, then the separation between the sentences will be gone.
So it will contain list of.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at the top level, we will have for the full data set, inside that, we will have separation between sentences. And inside that, we will have separation between words. Okay.
Got it.
Is the pseudocode clear? What is happening? Okay. So I'm assuming the pseudocode is clear. And now we'll move to question number 7. At the end of the execution, which of the following statements are true about the variable outlist? So go through the option and tell me which are the correct ones. Option A, is it correct or incorrect? Each element in outlist corresponds to one sentence from the paragraph. Correct? Incorrect? Anyone? We discussed this one just now. So we have the outer list, and inside we
Is
had
answer A?
this is an MSQ, so we might have more correct options, but for A, I'm asking. And what is your answer? Is it correct or incorrect? Option A.
Correct.
This is correct, right?
Sir,
Because
option A,
your voice broke. Could you repeat that?
option A is correct.
Yeah. So option A is correct. I already mentioned this in the previous, like when we were discussing the pseudocode. So what is happening? So this is the outer list, and inside that we had separation for each sentence, and then inside that we had separation for each word. Now it is talking about each element. So each element is based on one particular sentence. So that is correct. Option A is correct. Okay. So what about option B? Option B, is it correct or incorrect?
No, it is incorrect.
It is incorrect because we have already discussed it is representing one sentence, not one word. C is again incorrect. It is talking about one character, so incorrect. And
He is
Yes,
correct.
outlist,
correct.
D is correct. Outlist is a list of lists, so nested list. That is correct. Any doubt in this one?
No.
Okay. What about question number 8? So, which of the following statements are true about the variable start during the course of the execution of the above pseudocode?
Sir, I think it's B.
Option B.
Yes. Because if it is starts, then only I can empty that in list. It's just like count variable setting to 0 to add new
Yeah,
list in that
correct.
out list.
Correct. So, for each new sentence, we had to start, we had to basically switch the start variable to true. So, we were doing that in the pseudocode. So, this is correct. First one is incorrect. What about option C?
True. Option C, I think it's true.
This is true because over here um, we have an if statement which is just checking whether the start is true or not. If it is true, then we are switching to false, and this will be true only for what the first word in each sentence. So that is why that C option is correct. What about option D? The variable start is true at the first word of every sentence. Incorrect. This is option D is contradicting options, right? So that is incorrect. Any doubt in this one? Option B and C are correct. Okay. I hope there are no doubts. Now we again have a common pseudocode, and then we have three questions related to that. Now this is doing something on top of whatever we discussed in question number 7 and 8. So we take the variable outlist obtained at the end of the execution of the pseudocode in the previous question. Now we execute the following pseudocode. Okay. So we are using the same outlist. So for iteration, we will use that same thing. Over here, we have initialized three variables somewhere, then count and I. Then we are iterating over each element inside outlist, and we are doing some operation. So somewhere is basically capturing the length of x. What is x? X is some sentence, right? Is it clear? X is some sentence.
Kind of confusing, sir, when you interlink a lot of similar variables into multiple questions.
Okay. So what we discussed in outlist. Now let me give you one quick thing to refer. So we have outlist, right? And I'll just write like this. And outlist was containing what? It was containing some sentences,
Okay.
right? So S1 is there, then this is some SN we can say. And inside each sentence, we had words, right?
So it's internal again, an internal list
Yeah,
in S1 S till SN.
yeah.
Okay,
And we
got
had some words in each sentence, right? So when we iterate over outlist, what will each element represent?
A
Some
sentence.
sentence. Some
Uh,
sentence, right?
yes.
Now X is some sentence, and then we are saying somewhere is basically adding length of X. So length of X is what?
Length of sentence.
Number of words. Length of sentence, right?
Can't be number of words, right? Oh, it's a list of list. Got it. Yeah.
Number of words, right?
Yep.
And from here, for now, just focus on somewhere. Okay, where are we changing it? Now we are not doing anything over here. Somewhere is just getting changed in line number 3 and nowhere else. So at the end of the execution, what will somewhere represent? Just quickly go through the whole pseudocode, the full thing, and tell me what will somewhere represent.
Length of all, like basically number of all the words in the
In the
outlist.
whole data set. In the whole data set or outlet, right?
Yeah.
So number of words. And I'll just write D over here for data set.
Okay.
And then we have a for loop, and it is iterating over what is y. What is y representing?
Last word of
Last
the
word.
chosen word or X.
I'm not talking about last of y. I'm talking about y. What is y representing?
Mhm. Words in the sentence, some sentence or X.
Yeah. So we are picking the words in X. Okay, one at a time. Now we
Mhm.
are doing last of y is equal to noun. So you might remember. If not, I'll just go back to the previous pseudocode. So in it, sorry, not in it. What was it? In list. In list was storing two things. It was a storing word and part of a speech. Correct? Two things.
Mhm.
For each word, we had this. So first is word, and last is what? Part
Part
of
of
a
speech.
speech for that particular word. So we are just comparing whether the part of a speech is noun or not. If it is noun, then we are increasing the count by one. Is it clear?
It is. May I ask a question outside of this curriculum slightly?
Yeah.
Do we have these kind of like nested data sets across like going forward in our studies?
Yeah, you might have.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So now we have already decoded what is somewhere. What about count? What is count? At the end of the execution of the full pseudocode, what will count represent?
Number of nouns, like number of
Nouns.
sentences with the which are ending in nouns.
Ending in noun?
Yeah, ending with nouns.
Noun.
Okay.
Right.
Your voice is breaking. I'm not sure what you are trying to say.
Number of words which have type as noun.
Okay. Part of a speech is noun and all the words which are nouns basically. So across the data set, count will represent how many nouns are there. Okay. So two things we got, count we got, and somewhere we got. Now we can just move to the question and see what.
Sir, didn't you said that X is some sentence? So
Yeah,
last of X will be the last of last word of the sentence, right?
access some sentence in this format. Like,
Correct.
and each element was what? W1 and P1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we had text, which was, I'll write here, W2 and P2.
Mm-hmm.
Is it clear?
Mm-hmm.
Now we are picking one by at a time. That means we are picking one
One
internal list
word and the part of speech at a time.
at
Okay,
a time. And
got
then we are doing last of y. So last of y will give this, right?
Got it. Got it. Basically, so the count will represent all the words which are nouns in the data sets.
Right.
Got it.
So, okay, it is asking about count only. So, what will count represent?
Number of nouns in the date in the paragraph. First,
Any doubt in this one? First is the correct option. Okay. And what is somewhere representing?
Option A.
Okay, again option A, because it was calculating the number of words. Okay, I wrote it earlier, something like this. So it is basically keeping track of number of words. And then we have question number 11. Which of the following statements are true about the variable I at the end of the execution? It is multiple select question. Okay, so we might have multiple correct options over here. I'll just go back to this.
C
I
is the
is
answer.
okay. I we have initialized over here and we are implementing over here. So we haven't talked about I yet. So you can just see what is happening and then you can move.
I is the number of elements in out list.
And what are those elements?
Yeah, right, right over it.
And what are those elements?
I is a
Those are
number of statement.
sentences.
Sentences.
Correct.
Yes.
So number of okay, we have to check all the options. This is the number of words in the paragraph. Incorrect. This is the number of sentences in the paragraph. This is
Correct.
correct. Option C is it is equal to the number of elements in outlist.
That is
Correct
also
or
Correct.
incorrect?
correct.
Right.
What about D
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
and E?
Correct.
Correct.
F? This is
Sir,
incorrect.
it's hidden in between the zoom interface
Incorrect.
and C. Incorrect.
So F is incorrect. This is correct. Number of elements in outlist. This is correct and this is correct. Okay. So B, C, and D are correct, and all the others are incorrect.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's pretty much it for the practice assignments. I think we had a question related to week 6. Someone was asking in the like middle of
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt that when we insert any data, suppose any card or any words paragraph, so in
Okay.
the pseudo code we write copying. Let us say that we are always generating the new list. After finding the position of Z, we say X is less than Z. Uh, when we insert that card, words card, then we copy the whole pile one. So, sir, I want to say, doesn't it disturb the position of that card? Because we are just copying that.
So I think you are referring to one of the pseudo codes that we had used. Like suppose we have a list 1, 3, 7, and 8, and maybe 5. Okay, or sorted. This should be sorted.
Okay.
Okay, we have this, and we want to insert 9 in this. Okay,
Yes.
so what the pseudocode was basically saying that we'll just copy these elements. Okay, we'll compare.
Yes.
So we compared 1 with 9. 1 is smaller than 9, so we'll just copy 1. Then we will compare 3 with 9. 3 is again smaller, so we'll copy 3. Then we'll compare with 7. 7 is again smaller than 9, so we'll add basically 7. Sorry, I took wrong example. It will just add at the end. Let me take some other number, which will be maybe inserted in after 3 or 5 or something. Okay. So instead of 9, let's take 4 maybe. Okay. So we compared 1 with 4 and we inserted it. And we compared again 3 with 4. 3 got inserted. Then we compared 7 with 4. This is incorrect, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
instead of adding 7, what we will do? We'll add 4. Okay. Now what we are saying,
Okay.
since we have already added this thing, what we can do, we can just copy these things. Don't need to compare.
Okay. So with inserting, we are adding, we are generating the list only. We are adding
Yeah,
new list.
yeah.
Okay.
And this is the main idea behind insertion sort that I just discussed in Excalibur at the beginning of the thing, right?
Okay.
So that is, you just compare and insert. Any
Yes,
other
sir.
doubt?
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other doubt?
Okay. No, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So there are no doubts. I'll close the session and just complete week 6 lectures and try to solve GAs and PAs. And we will have, I think, more sessions. 2 more sessions are there related to week 6. So if you have any doubt, you can ask in those sessions. And on Saturday next week, I think we will discuss week 7 postponement. So try to complete
Okay, sir.
week 6 by then. Okay. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir.